muted. Now I'm not muted. So what I said was, hi, welcome to the greatest stream on the planet. What we're going to do today is finish off the head that we started yesterday, because ZBrush wasn't working, and you already fixed the mic. I already fixed the mic. Anyway, ZBrush wasn't cooperating yesterday, and I haven't finished transferring over all the parts of that file yet. So, we're going to just work on this file that is working properly. It's a helmet type design that I came up with as a backup plan for ZBrush, which was not working. And I tried so many different things after the stream last night to get that file to work without having to transfer everything over again. Not happening. Not happening. Ooh, hey, speaking of things that aren't happening, do you guys remember yesterday I told you about the shelves I was putting up so that we could do a video about me setting up my display? I got like some of them up. I got three of them up. I need to go tomorrow to buy another one. You can't see them. You can see them a little bit. Anyway, I got 3 of the cabinets up. I didn't put the doors on them yet because I want to put the 4th one up and make sure they're all where I want them. Anyway, after tomorrow I should have all 4 of them up and the doors on, and then as soon as that's done, maybe the next day we're gonna do a live stream where we set up some of the collection. It should be fun. It should be a good time. So be prepared to hang out and have some fun. Hey, thanks Bug, I appreciate it. Oh man, I was sweating my ass off today putting up those cabinets. I'm probably gonna go through that water in no time. Oh man. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy wrapped up. I want to finish designing him first, because that's an important step. And then once he's done being designed, then we can build it. The Marvel Legends thing comes out in the US. Nope, nobody does, because Hasbro's release dates and shipping schedules and things like that are, shall we say, less than organized. Impossible 2366. It's the first one of my live streams. You're on Twitch. Are you regularly a YouTube person, or are you a Twitch person who just hasn't happened to make it to one of my streams yet? If you're a YouTube person, what's your YouTube name? I think that, well, you know what, that kind of thing we'll be able to adjust later. You know, which ones we want to have sticking out or not. I know all about space issues. I've never had my collection in any capacity on display, ever. So this will be fun. This will be fun. I'm well versed in the issues of space. You're not early, Victor. We started a few minutes ago. Early would be the opposite of coming after the start time. I kind of like this look. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm tempted to... I want to try to adjust the way it looks from the front a little bit without changing the profile, because I really like that profile. You haven't been... I know you haven't been here before. I'm asking if you're a YouTube viewer who just happens to be using Twitch, or if you're a Twitch viewer who just hasn't been able to make it to the streams. You get what I'm saying? Soul! Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's looking better. That's looking mean. Gives it kind of an aggressive look from the side. What's your username on the tube? What's your tube name? I don't think we should call it that. For the record. Think you should do a mod to the new Apocalypse Wave Wolverine with the mask and add some shadowing effect. No, I already made a badass Wolverine head, which is just it's the bee's knees, honestly. You guys, if you haven't seen it, you're missing out, and you should probably turn on notifications. You can't wait until the figure is done. What figure? Because I'm working on a whole series of figures. This, my lovely friends, is what the Wolverine head should look like. I painted mine up for myself to make it look exactly the way I wanted it to. You're early as opposed to being an hour late, sure, Victor, but that does not make you early. You are just less late. You are less late, buddy. Believe it or not, less late and early, not synonymous. That's what Wolverine should look like. I know it's hard for you to see, but that's the head. That's the good stuff right there. That's the stuff. And I'm sorry you guys don't have that opportunity to have that. But you did, because I sold these, and if you wanted it, you could have bought them. But if you didn't, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'll tell you what though, and this isn't me being biased. I don't think it is anyway. This head sculpt makes the figure look so badass, so awesome. So much mo better. Now I just need to do some claws and I'll be set. You feel like it's gonna take me 6 months to finish the figure. What figure? What figure? There is no one figure I'm working on. I'm working on an entire line of figures. You realize it takes a lot longer than a year for like full companies to make a line of figures, and I'm just one guy. Yeah, I'm waiting on that new Goku also. I'm hoping that shit turns up pretty soon. Yeah, Victor, back when you were cool. You got Series 6 Deadpool for 90 bucks, best deal ever? Oh no, I'm not making claws for you guys. I'm just making claws for myself. Just some styrene claws, like I said in the video. Screw all these metal claws everybody's hype about. Oh, I'm gonna make metal claws. That's probably a bad idea. Honestly, it's probably not a good idea. Metal claws will bend. Metal claws will rust. Plastic claws will not bend or rust. And unless you're polishing the claws, I don't know how you're going to make them look good if they're metal. If you are polishing them, then good on you, but that's a total pain in the ass to polish metal to a chrome finish. Whereas I can just give my plastic ones a nice silvery chrome finish, and they're going to look banging, as the kids say. That's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents. Who dat? Commander Root. Welcome. Welcome. Let's just leave that there. What do I think about Mezco Wolverine? I don't. I've never handled one. I don't buy Mezco stuff. I don't like it. As a rule. I don't know, Victor. Thanks, Tiggs. I'll probably end up doing something with this, but not gonna worry about it for now. Shark Tooth Monkey. And then this piece right here, I feel like I might want to do something with, but for now I think we're probably good enough to go ahead and build our pieces. Like all these sloppy bits, they're just gonna get cleaned up by default. Hey, we got a 100 bit cheer. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. If you guys haven't watched me do this, then you are in for a treat. It is pretty boring if you don't find this stuff interesting. You watched my customizing journey on and off, and now you're doing it yourself. You saying I put myself out of business a little bit? Oh no. That's not good. Stop it. Alright. Shut up, Nightbot. Nightbot's like, save your work. Screw you, Nightbot. You've never helped me when I needed you. Alright, so how do we want to do this? I think... What about custom Doc Ock tentacles? Kevin Medina, thanks for the thing you just did. Are you asking me to make custom tentacles? That's not going to happen. That would cost way too much. You'd be better off buying the old Marvel Legends Doc Ock. Apparently his tentacles work pretty well. Alright, let's do this. I think the best way to do this would be to start down the middle. And then if we put one there... I think that'll work. And one there and there. I think that'll work. Yeah, let's try it this way first. And if I need to add more, I will. But keeping it as basic as possible is generally a good rule of thumb for this kind of thing. Yeah, I think that'll work. I may pop a line down the middle here, just to give me something more to adjust it with, but that should work. So for those of you that haven't seen this process before, all we're doing is building these things one part at a time. And then once we're done, it gives us a really nice, like, polished surface, nice hard surface sculpting. And that's the way to do it. So I just throw a little bit of thickness on there so that I have something to manipulate. And actually, let's pull it out the front a little bit too. And then that way you can kind of see how this is going to work out. But, well, let's go ahead and get it creased up. Once we get it creased, we can go ahead and divide it out. Ooh, I hate that that's doing that. Do I... Oh, I can uncrease that, because that doesn't actually have to hold that shape. Perfect. That way I don't have to polish it later. See, the visor itself doesn't really need to have the shape. The parts around it are going to be cutting it up to give us the shape we want. Which is what I was planning on. That way the visor stays nice and smooth. We like smooth. Oh, it's beautiful. Is this some sort of game? This is real life, man. This is what puts food on my table. Just kidding, I can't afford a table. Alright, so that piece is done. And now let's build the perimeter to that piece. Nope, Victor, I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. I don't plan to buy them. What the heck? No, I'm not gonna video chat you. Knock it off. What's wrong with these people? Hang on a second, guys. I don't own a Frankie toy. Hey, what's up, Sushi? One of the new Wacom's, they have a new Cintiq out? Is there a new Cintiq? Like I can afford it anyway, I can't. The 24 Pro, what's different from it from the previous Cintiq? Hey, what's up, Mike? That was Virgil from Halo 3. You know how I am about my Halos. See you later, Sushi. Yeah, I will be reviewing these figures in a way. But mostly because I need to sell the figures. So I'll be showing you guys them and being like, hey, support this on Patreon. Not Patreon. Oh my gosh. Kickstarter. It'd be very hard for me to ask you guys to support it on Kickstarter without showing you the product. I'm not using a Wacom. I'm using a Huion because the Wacoms cost so damn much. I'm using the GT220 V2, which is more than sufficient. But I'm familiar with the Wacoms, the previous ones, the Touch and the regular one. I should review the Play Arts Magneto. I'd like to, but I really hate the design. So I don't think I'm going to buy that. They cost too much. I might get it once they go on sale or something. A little something like a sale price might do it. Your husband says those are fine. What? This? It is fine. It's only $600, so it's more than fine. This bad boy's been kicking ass for over a year now. It's more than sufficient. It's not a Wacom product, but they do have their flaws too, so I'll live with it until I make big bucks. Halo 3, I think, well, I don't know. I like a lot of things about Halo 4, and I like a lot of things about Halo 5, but Halo 5 is just riddled with problems. Halo 4 had fewer problems than 5, but still problematic nonetheless. Okay, hey, let's stop suggesting what I review, guys. It's not like I'm gonna go buy something just because you asked me to buy it, and I'm most likely gonna be reviewing what you're asking me to review anyway. So let's just cool it. What happened to the person I was talking to about the tablets? Where'd they go? I can't remember the username. I don't know why. Oh, it was Shark Tooth Monkey. You'd be maybe you wouldn't be surprised, but those old, you're here. You said you were saying your husband. Were you saying that like sarcastically that these are fine, or I'm not 100% sure what you were saying, but it is a fine product. I'll just put that there. I can always pinch those off if I need to. No, I don't need that. I'm gonna get rid of that. No, I don't want that either. Let's just do this. I do remember Naked Pink Dude, and I remember that I get at least probably 5 comments a week of people saying it's Deadpool when it's Parasite. It's not Deadpool. For anybody who's wondering, it is not Deadpool. It is a different version of Parasite that I just wasn't familiar with at the time. But people sure do love to tell me it's Deadpool. I'll tell you what. The last time I bought something from a physical store would be Mr. Fantastic. Oh, so are those new Wacom's that have all those awesome features, are they like even more money than the regular Wacom's? Meaning I'll never get to own one type of deal? Or are they somehow cheaper now? Because that would be just wonderful. I have a feeling I'm going to end up deleting this right here, but I'll leave it for now. And if you don't want to keep talking about the Wacom's, that's fine. But you brought it up, so it's fair game. You brought up something I was interested in, now you have to pay the price. $2,000 for the non-touch? And what was it before? Wasn't it like $1,800 for the non-touch? So that's not so bad. I wish I had a spare $2K. I mean, technically I could do it, but I'd feel like a scumbag doing it because I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I could just sell some stuff, but even then, I can't justify the expense. That's the thing, is like, anytime I want something, I'll just sell some things and buy it. But then I'm like, do I really need it? Yeah, tax write-offs are nice, but if you're self-employed, it's not that helpful. At least, not for me anyway. I don't have enough stuff to write off to make up much of a difference. So, kind of sucks. The Cyberpunk looks better. What are we talking about? How do people think that Cyberpunk looks like Deadpool? Cyberpunk isn't a person. There you go. That's nice. So I have to ask, Shark Tooth Monkey, are you a fan of my YouTube channel, or is your husband? Because you said it's your husband's account or something like that. Why do you delete this kind of video? I don't delete them. They just don't go public afterwards because that would be annoying. Oh, it's your account. Okay, cool. Cool. I really like this. I didn't think of it until I looked at it today, but I think that gives it kind of a cool look. I hear ya. That's what I'm doing. Like, let's try to make a business out of art rather than a real person job. I hear ya. I'm with ya. We're on the same wavelength. Hey, I mostly collect Japanese figures too. That's why it's always funny when people are like, oh, you're such a fanboy for Marvel Legends. I don't even like Marvel Legends, generally speaking. I own far more... I've spent far more on imports than I have Legends, by far. It's not even a little bit. Oh yeah, I do this 3 times a week, Sharktooth. You are welcome to join anytime. Anytime. So are you doing 3D stuff? I mean, like 3D modeling, or are you doing just traditional art and this happens to just be artsy, so it kind of overlaps type of thing, or what? What's your deal? Hey, Eldad's here! Oh my gosh, nope, no amazing Yamaguchis. Those are not me. That is not my thing. You're still in Japan? I thought you were done with Japan. Holy crap, Eldad. I thought you were on your way out of Japan. That is. Let's get rid of this whole thing. Will that work? Ah, gotcha. So you're into like the mechanical side, the engineering aspect. Cool. Hey, Liam. See you later. Yeah, there it is. I thought you said you were stuck somewhere because of the. I assumed you were talking about being stuck from coming home. Maybe you were just traveling from one point to another. That must be what it was. This is going to be unlike any figure you've ever seen before. Actually, no, it's going to be... Actually, this sounds bad. I understand that it sounds bad, but strictly from an engineering standpoint, this is going to be most like a PlayArts Kai. If the PlayArts Kai had a baby with NECA and a Marvel Legends all at the same time. Laser Ship 84, thank you for being here. What happens to these after you're done designing them? I get them turned into an action figure. 3D printing, molding, all that kind of stuff. Dragon Star Goku 3-pack, nope. I don't collect those. Tamiya epoxy, never used it. I'm a fan of the AVs stuff. Or if you want something that's a little bit of a weirder consistency for certain things, it's really good though, is the Kneaded-Tight green stuff. Comes in handy. Oh, I got you, Eldad. The epoxy sculpt and the fix-it, I've used both. I used epoxy for a long time back when I was just starting out because it was a lot cheaper. It's like 30 bucks for 4 pounds as opposed to 40 bucks for 3 pounds, something like that. I don't really remember anymore. I used the epoxy sculpt for a long time. They are so similar that you'll be fine using either one. The fix-it is nicer. It has a few attributes which are beneficial, but it is not by any stretch of the imagination necessary to get the more expensive version. So I think you'll probably be just fine with the epoxy. See you later, Eldad. Enjoy your trip. Bring me back something nice. He says to the guy from Israel who's visiting Japan while he lives in the US. Bring me back something, even though you'll never be anywhere near me physically. Uh-oh, Laser Ship's like, hey, stop talking to my wife. Victor, knock that shit off right now. You will never be a mod again if you start encouraging these shenanigans. See you later, Gaming Stork. Stork? Yeah, it's Stork. Hey, I do traditional sculpting too. Yeah, but seriously, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's so cool to see a couple like into this kind of thing, especially like the collecting side of things, especially. There aren't too many, hopefully I'm not being too presumptuous, there aren't too many females that are into this sort of thing in the first place, but the fact that you guys are also a couple and doing it, talk about making me feel bad about my life choices right now. That'll do it right there. Look at this happy couple enjoying the hobby that I do by myself. Completely. Nobody loves me. Hey, Laser Ship, you guys hiring? I have great references. I know, I know some people, you might even know them. they watch my content occasionally. That might look better with that kind of angle. We'll play around with it. You guys love me? It's not the same thing. Having people that admire your work online is not the same thing as human interaction. That sounds exactly like you. That's cool, Lasership. I'm glad that my traditional work has brought interest into your interest into my 3D work. I love 3D. I absolutely love it. I finished that Akuma so long ago. I'm so tired of people not having seen that video. Not that it's your fault necessarily, but golly, I finished that statue so long ago and I posted the video and apparently nobody freaking saw it. Nobody, because everybody asks me, why isn't it done? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Again, I'm not demonstrating this frustration toward you, toward the situation. I finished it so long ago. And nobody saw the video, I guess. No, it's not, like I said, it's not your fault. Apparently nobody saw it. I must have done something wrong. I don't know what it is that caused that to happen. No, that's fine. Again, I'm not blaming you. It's a thing though that I've experienced. Probably more people have not seen it and asked about it than the people that saw the video. It's just interesting. Do you live in California? Do you want me to go where you live to tell you we care? One, no. Thankfully, no. And two, definitely not. No, the sculpting, the sped up sculpting. Hey Javier, thanks for the sub. The sculpting video, everybody sees it. It gets millions of views. Maybe million. I'm not sure how many now. But the finished statue, nobody has seen. What are my thoughts on Takeya? Are you talking about the Japanese guy that designs stuff? I don't want to answer until I know that that's what you're talking about, because if I start describing something that doesn't line up with what you're talking about, it's going to get weird. Yeah, so yes. He designs great stuff. I think it's a shame that the only stuff that I've experienced... Was that a figure? No, I'm pretty sure everything I've ever seen that he designed was a Revoltech figure, and I don't do Revoltech figures generally. So that's kind of a bummer. No, Troll versus everyone. The sculpting is the most popular video. The finished product is not. Oh, does he have Figmas too? I didn't know that. You love the base? Dude, I spent a lot of time on that base. I spent a lot of time trying to find a place to sell me a chunk of hardwood that was the right size, so I couldn't do that. I ended up having to make my own. Oh yeah. Well, if it's not posable, then that's not my thing, and that's why I don't know about it. Hey, Mickey, did you get your Wolverine figure yet? Not like I need the validation, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Unless they're bad, in which case keep them to yourself. I was gonna say, he should probably sculpt for the Sick line, because they have a lot of designs that seem like his right up his alley. Like that style, that whole line, but... Oh, he started it. Well, see, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is he the exclusive person for sculpting that line? Or is it just a style thing that he started? some Revoltech suck. So here's the thing, like I've had Revoltech figures that I liked a whole bunch, but lately, like their Marvel ones have just been totally disappointing to me. But when I had the Metal Gear Solid ones, those were just fine. I've had figures that were good from them. So that's why I never say, like, I never say in a review, this is bad because it's this brand. I've never wholesale judged a brand. I do when I'm buying stuff, but not when I'm reviewing. This was supposed to have like a bevel right here, but I'm tempted to not put it in. Kind of like the curve, the swoop. It's very swoopy. Wait a minute, Mickey. First thing tomorrow morning, what? I wasn't paying attention. I missed one of your comments, I think. Oh, you just now picked it up? When did I mail that shit? That's like 5 days late. Dude, I need validation. This is the only time I get to talk to people. I need to know if you like what I did for you. Oh, man. I don't think I have a command for Discord. They're on the screen though. They're right here. Let's see. I have social, but I don't think Discord's on the list. One of my reviews said my favorite Revoltech is the Wolverine figure. No, I don't think I said that. I don't believe that. It was a lot better than Deadpool, but I don't think it's my favorite. If I had to pick one, I have limited experience with them. I would go. Actually, the Evangelion figures are probably their better showings. But because I've reviewed a few of those, even though I don't own them. I haven't done any video game stuff lately, other than streaming it, because I haven't. There's been no games. Yeah, I reviewed a couple of those, Laser Ship. They're pretty sweet. I think I reviewed one of those, actually, not a couple. I take it back. I think only one. But yeah, once they start releasing games that I give a damn about, I'll start doing that kind of stuff again. Because I love games. Like, that's my thing, man. I love video games. There just haven't been any lately. Alright, what's the next part we should do? Maybe the carapace. Let's finish off the carapace. Plus, I just wanted to say carapace a few times. Carapace. Video games are the best thing ever. What kind of games you play, Laser? Your wife seems to not appreciate your gaming. Wait a minute, you guys have known each other since you were kids and you both like toys, and stop making me feel bad about my life. I don't appreciate it. I think we found the literal perfect couple finally, guys. They like all the same stuff. They've known each other forever. You guys are bumming everyone else out with your happiness and success. Sponge, do you know Laser Ship? Who are you talking to? John, a lot of these people just want to post questions. They don't actually pay attention to what anybody's doing or saying. Ninja Bros, what's up? Nightbot, I told you you have no moderating abilities. I don't know what the hell this stupid Nightbot is doing. It looks like a Power Ranger helmet. It really doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn off Nightbot. Hang on. Hey, what's up, Trimpinator? How's it going? I have all of the spam protection disabled. And it's still doing it. You know what, Nightbot? You're just a giant pain in my sphincter. So... you're done. Okay, now all of a sudden they're all enabled. Nope. Nope. Disabled, Nightbot. You are not in charge of anything. You can't even handle your own capabilities, own duties. You dumb thing. There. He shouldn't bother you guys anymore. Kratos, Slayer of Gods. If I could make toys for any one license. Street Fighter. Nope. Yeah. Street Fighter. That sounds good to me, Shark Tooth Monkey. That's all good. There. I'm pretty sure Nightbot, I told him to piss off. I think he's gonna do it this time. You guys should be good. You mean traditional sculpting? I really, at the moment, I don't have time. I would like to do more traditional sculpting, but I don't have the time for it. I'm pretty sure it would get me lots of views and stuff, so it's just something that's definitely on my list of things to do. because like we pointed out earlier, my Akuma statue build process has just, which is weird. You know what's really funny about that? The video that gets all the views, that's like my #1 video, I did that one time when I was out of town and I had no videos to upload for you guys, and this was before, back when I was literally doing every day, and I said no matter what I'm gonna have a video every day. So I just went through and I took all my old videos and chopped them up and made a supercut and just said, here's a video. It even says in the description, I know this isn't like the best content, but here's a video for you guys, enjoy. And that's the one that everybody has seen a billion times. It's weird. And Androids are alright. They're pretty well made products. Kirby for the win, man. I've reviewed my share in endos. Not a lot, actually. Well, my share would be, that's an accurate description. Very small number. Meta Knight, Kirby, maybe a Lonk. I'm not sure if I ever reviewed Lonk or just painted him. Alright, so that piece is done. Let's do this piece and the jawline. The jaw piece. Actually, let's do this. Let's delete this. Let's go here. Let's insert a Z-sphere. Let's shrink it. Whoop. Did you bake the statue? Are you talking about my Akuma statue? Yes. You have to. Unless you're going to mold it. But I don't have the ability to mold an 18-inch statue. Or how tall was it? 16 inches? No, it wasn't that tall. Maybe it was after I put the base on. So it's only a little bit taller than it was when I was making it. Anyway, I don't have the ability to mold that. So I baked it. It was a one-time, and if you screw it up, you're screwed type of situation. So I just went ham. I said, I got this. And I did. The bake actually went almost perfectly. Actually, the bake did. I had a couple of cracks here and there because if you guys watch when I'm making it, I made it particularly thick. You're not supposed to do that. You don't want more than a ½ inch of thickness for your Super Sculpey because it tends to crack and explode and stuff. But, well, you know what? I like to live life dangerously. I wanted it to be nice and heavy, so I made it thick. And I just cooked it such that it wouldn't blow up, or at least that it would reduce the risk of that. Commissioned statues? Nope, never been commissioned for a statue. No, I've had people that ask for it, but they never want to pay for it. So, how did I learn how to sculpt with clay? I just taught myself. All of my art stuff is self-taught, not counting the use of the internet. I mean, obviously I use the internet to teach myself. But I never went to school or anything. For that. Yeah, if you're an artist, everybody thinks you should work for free, and whatever you charge is too much. That's a rule of art. No way around it. I'm your favorite bodybuilder? You have low standards because I don't even work out. Presently, anyway. Never worked for free? No kidding. No kidding. I am literally a bodybuilder. You are correct in that sense. I have built many bodies. This is true. My favorite anime, if I had to pick one, I probably would just go with One Piece because there's so much to it. But if I had to go number 2, I'd lean heavily toward Brotherhood. I think that was probably one of the best things I've watched, quality-wise. I enjoy a lot of other ones, but I really liked FMA Brotherhood. Do I make my own joints only for this project? Not for customs. You can't really make your own joint for a custom. Not reasonably, anyway. What, Laser Ship? You don't like One Piece? One Piece is the bee's knees. Okay, hold on. I keep up with the dub, okay? So, let's calm down here. Unless you're talking about the dub. But if you're talking about subs, then nope. And I don't read the manga. It's strictly anime. I don't have time for manga, and I don't have the ability for subs because I watch it while I work. So I'm always looking at what I'm working on, so I have to listen to the show. I know, everybody I know tells me the manga's better, but I don't have time to read it. Yeah, I'm fully caught up on the English dub, so... I haven't watched any of the movies yet. I don't like the fact that the movies are never canon for any anime. Unless they are for that show and I just didn't know it. What do I think about the new Broly DBZ movie? It's not out yet, so I don't think about it. I don't get why they do that. The movies aren't canon thing. Like, in DBZ, I get that nothing ever changes as a result of the movies. Or Dragon Ball in general. But why can't it be canon? I'm so tired of that whole argument. That there's just no reason for it. Just make it freaking canon. Or don't make it. It's like they make the movies just so that nerds have something to fight about. It's not DBZ either, it's DBS. What are you talking about? I never said the Broly movie was DBZ. Not the new one. I was talking about the old one. I was talking about the old movies in general. Well, that's the thing that I don't get. Like, filler arcs are fine. Everybody's okay with that. But then they make a movie which is cool, but that's not canon. But all this filler garbage is. I don't get it. I don't understand the whole idea behind that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, there's going to be a live-action Gundam movie. Which could either be fantastic or absolutely terrible. And I'm not going to comment on it because we don't know what it's going to be. And I know people want to have that argument, but... like Sponge, for instance. He's already against it, and it might be awesome. We have no idea. If there's one type of anime that has a good chance of being a good live action thing, it's Gundam. I mean, that's got to be the easiest thing. It's just regular, normal people inside giant robot suits, and it's sci-fi, essentially. So, it's like the easiest transition to Hollywood. I think there's a chance it's going to be fine. I think we should reserve judgment. It could be great. I hope it is. I don't think there's any reason to shit on it until it is bad. Then shit on it all you want. There's no reason to think it's going to be anything like Dragon Ball Evolution. It's going to be impossible for anything to be as good as Dragon Ball Evolution. You know which live-action movie wasn't terrible? Full Metal Alchemist. It was okay. Tell that to Pacific Rim 2. What about Pacific Rim 2? Tell it to Pacific Rim 1. How about that? Because Pacific Rim 1 was really good. Pacific Rim 2 was steaming garbage. Death Note live action was terrible. You take that back, Alfonso. They missed almost everything that made Death Note Death Note. I don't think that Full Metal Alchemist movie was too bad. I mean, they definitely need to do a sequel, because they left a lot out, and obviously they changed a lot. But it wasn't bad. It was alright. No, I don't buy real action heroes. I don't like cloth on plastic. And they never made anything I wanted to buy. That's really the issue. Yeah, but that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, Sponge. So, give him a chance. We'll see. All we can do is hope it's awesome. Yeah, I'm familiar with them. I'm familiar with the Full Metal Alchemist figures. Just never had the desire to buy one. That's not how you spell anime, but yes. How would you watch Fairy Tail? I haven't watched all of Fairy Tail, but I do watch it. I heard live action Attack on Titan wasn't very good, but I haven't seen it. Sponge, why not just not consider what it's going to be? Then if it's good, it's good, and if it's bad, it's bad. You don't have to worry about thinking about it or anything. It is what it is. Yeah, that's true. I know people that own them, and you are not wrong about older raw figures. Live action Berserk? Yeah, that's not gonna... That wouldn't be a good one. That'd be super hard to get anything but an NC-17 rating, if not worse. You tried to get into anime because of the hype, wasn't a fan, but that's like saying you're not a fan of food because you don't like one thing. Anime isn't a singular entity. But Trimpinator, if you haven't watched anime, how could you watch the Full Metal Alchemist Death Note live action thing? You watched the crappiest version of something. That's not a good idea. Actually, there's crappier no, that was something else. Never mind. Sponge, are you saying you want that to be a thing? Sponge is into some kinky stuff. But yeah, Trimp, I mean, there's a lot of anime out there, and it basically covers every genre. So I don't know what you watch, but to say you can't get into anime because you tried it, it really depends what you watch. And you have to realize a lot of the people that watch anime are freaking fanboyish as all hell. Worse than Marvel and DC in many cases. So you can't really trust people unless you trust their opinion in general. And even then, it may not align with what you are into. So you need to be very careful if you're trying something like that. How horrible Berserk is for women? How is it horrible for women? Because something bad happens to a woman in it, it's bad for women? That's a little bit silly. You didn't get into the Attack on Titan? Oh, is that the only anime you're referring to when you say you didn't get into it? Because it's very hyped for being very okay. I don't see why everybody gives Attack on Titan so much shit, because it's not like it's terrible. It's no worse than most anime. There's a lot of anime that's way worse than AOT. It's just nowhere near as good as people make it out to be. That's all. Infinity War as a film wasn't particularly good though, so it was just okay. I think the genius thing about One Punch Man is simply that it is a satire of anime. I mean, it's perfect. They nailed it. Alright, all we have to do is build the top piece and build this piece, and then we'll put our tubers in. Throw in a little bit of detail piece there, maybe. Did Season 2 of One Punch Man come out yet? Did I miss it, or did it not come out? Because I don't remember it coming out. feel like saying amazing is probably a bit too much for One Punch Man. I don't know if amazing is fair. It was enjoyable. It was really funny. But amazing? You were amazed? I don't know. I feel like you weren't really amazed. That's one of those phrases people use nowadays without actually meaning it. Different animation team? You mean they're not using the same ones as oh god, what was that show called? Doug. Doug. Remember Doug? I have not seen Mob Psycho. I never watched Daria. That was a show for men to watch? I didn't get that vibe from it. Yeah, we're not gonna have a nerd fight here, Farah Pinto. That's not gonna happen. Lasership, do you realize what you just said? You're hoping that something on MTV doesn't turn into SJW pandering bullshit. I don't think that's a realistic hope. Red Rogers Games. Why lol, sad face. Thanks, Saul. Has strong opinions on taste and isn't shy about everybody should be, here's the thing. Your opinions should be as strong as you can make them, as long as they're fortified with reason. Opinions that aren't supported with, you know, reason, then that's not an opinion. I mean, it's an opinion, but it means nothing. Everybody's like, oh, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Sure, but if your opinion is stupid and contrary and goes against, you know, like reason and facts and things, then screw that. Screw that. All opinions are not equal, believe it or not. Preferences, maybe. People often confuse preferences with opinions. You say, I like hot dogs more than hamburgers. That's a preference. You're allowed to have that. But if you say, hot dogs are better than hamburgers, show me. Show me the evidence that supports your opinion. Well, you're just wrong. No, actually. I'm not. And you can't say anything about it other than you don't feel that you agree. Well, you know what? Your feelings don't matter to me. You can take your feelings and you can put them right up your butt. Right up your butt. All up in your ass. Take a line from Chris Tucker. Hey, we talk about some deep shit here without actually talking about the deep shit. We keep it real. Well, that happens to me in my reviews all the time. He's just sharing his opinion. Well, some of it's my opinion, but a lot of it is like right in front of your face fact. And you're trying to argue with it. So, I think we have to have a different discussion here about what is and is not a fact and or opinion. Opinions are fluffy and also evil. Well, you're allowed to like something that's bad. That's the thing, is I don't care what you like, but people don't treat likes, like preferences, in the right way. Pretty sure I was just using the hot dog hamburger thing as an example. You guys don't need to debate it. That's okay. So now we have most of our parts in place, not all of them. We just have to kind of readjust everything. Oh, I still have to do the top part. Damn it. Now we just readjust everything, and once I finish off the last few parts, and then we're good to go. So I have to do the chin, I have to do the top of the head, and I'll finish this part too. Hamburgers are for casuals? Oh boy. I'm really hungry. I think when I get done, I'm gonna cook up some meat. Need some meat. I need some meat in my belly. You need to learn ZBrush. It's a steep learning curve. The learning curve for ZBrush is like this. Straight up and down. But once you get up here, then it's kind of like that. But when you start, you're like down here. Learning curve is like that. Maybe even a little bit like that. Hey, I too have Photoshop and Clip Studio. I never use Clip Studio because I can't draw that well and I don't have time to practice. But I own that software. We're like the same person. Yeah, Max and Maya are an entirely different skill set. Totally different. It's a learning cliff, yeah. Why are we doing this? Stop that. Get over here. Why are you not moving the way I want you to move? Oh. There we go. My favorite cartoon as a kid? Well, I'm going to separate 3D stuff from cartoons, even though I guess they're technically fair game. Okay, so if I'm including 3D stuff, Beast Wars, by far. Still is as an adult. Absolutely great show. Even as an adult, not just a kid's show. And then second would be Batman the Animated Series. Oh, ZBrush is by far more versatile than Maya for sculpting. ZBrush is probably the most versatile package there is. Do you get the figure you make, or do you make it... You guys are, I mean, I agree with the things you're saying, and I think we should hang out sometime, but you guys are typing too fast. I can't respond before they disappear from my chat. What tutorial vids did you look for? Did you move on to Z-spheres right away? I don't use Z-spheres for anything but hard surface retopology. I don't use them for anything else. They're kind of useless now that Dynamesh is a thing, but people still use them. But I use the tutorials on their website, and then look for Michael Pavlovich on YouTube. He's really good. Did you see those Kodo Batman scales? What do you mean scales? I don't know what you're talking about. Scales. Whoa, I'm not doing this right now. Look, look. The Z-sphere wants to be a Z-sphere, and I'm trying to do topology. There it is. How about SpongeBob? No, I didn't like SpongeBob at all. I still don't. I appreciate some of the humor, but... Oh, I don't buy statues, so I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm all about action figures. Oh my gosh, now symmetry's turned off. There we go. Yeah, we got a good batch of viewers tonight. All you new people who are hanging out, we're having a good time. Make sure you come back more often. Also, for anybody out there who hasn't yet, if you could give me a thumbs up over there on YouTube, that'd be wonderful. That helps me out a whole bunch. It really does. People probably think everybody just says that to say that, but it really, really does make a difference. Sponge, is that my Discord, or are you trying to take my audience somewhere else? I know you're that kind of guy. You're like, screw this guy. Screw this guy, go somewhere else. Discord is free, yeah. If that's not my server, though, don't do it. Sponge created his own server. He's trying to subvert. He's trying to subvert everybody away. It's true, Lasership. You're not wrong. What part of the country do I live in? I live in North Texas. 'Tis no secret. I'm not gonna give you my address, though. Well, maybe. I don't know what you guys are into. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Unless you're into it. No, I'm still just kidding. I used to live in Ohio. That's the Midwest. Where are you guys? Are you guys local? We need to hang out. You guys seem to like everything I like. And they say hanging out with people in real life is almost as good as hanging out with them on the internet. Are you also? I am literally on Twitch at the same time as YouTube right now. Yes. Idaho. I think that's too far. Hey, it's not an echo chamber if you actually just have reasonable, like, if everybody has reasonable thoughts and ends up at the same solution, that's not looking for an echo chamber. That just happens to be a bunch of smart people that have come to the same conclusion. Not the same thing. John, you're creeping them out. You're coming on too strong. Let me do that. I can come on too strong because it's my job to attract new audience. If you come on too strong, they're gonna think this guy's he's got extra people that are also weird. That's too many weird people. Sharktooth, I feel like you haven't watched enough of my content. Because I often get told on a regular basis that I am mean and all that other stuff just because I say sarcastic things when people are assholes, you know? Why do I need to show my knee right now, Trempinator? Is there a reason, or are you just looking? You're just looking for reasons to see some skin. Is it time for me to show some skin, guys? I think it might be. We haven't shown any skin yet tonight. You realize, though, I'm a very large person, and doing this is not comfortable at all. I couldn't even sit like this when I was a kid. Ugh. I don't fit in chairs in the first place. Yeah, I don't fit well in most furniture, and sitting like this is really uncomfortable. I'm separating my tibia from my fibula right now. They're separating. It hurts a little. That's what she said. Oh, that was too much. That was more vulgar than I intended. Hanky, thanks for the thing you just did. I apologize, guys. That one got away from me a little bit. Think of the value. You know exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking exactly what you thought I was thinking before you tried to cover up what I was thinking. No, we've been over this. I can't wear a V-neck. My chest hasn't been worked out in forever. So it just looks flat and unimpressive, and then it's not good. And I don't get sun because I don't like getting sun, so it's not a good situation. You guys don't want to see any more skin from my body than is necessary. What is making this lumpy? Is it this thing? What's the deal here? Is that a lump right there? Maybe it is. It is a lump right there. That might solve it. Yeah, but you have to remember, I am not a booby streamer. I like to attract an audience with intellectual conversation and some art mixed in. I'm not gonna sell out. I can't do it. Where can you get Toy Biz toys? About 10 years ago. You need a time machine. You're gonna need a time machine, or get this, a strong internet connection to eBay. That'll do it. Believe it or not, eBay has all things. What do I think of the rising price of figures? I think it's to be expected. Collectors these days are just as dumb as most people are, generally speaking, these days. And they will pay for anything that some companies put out, no matter how crappy the product is, for instance. And so the companies can do whatever they want with the price. It's no different. Like, people keep saying the industry's changing. It's not. The industry has always been and always will be motivated by profit. That's it. So all they're going to do is what consumers allow them to do. So I don't think anything of it. I think it's going to continue to go up because I think most collectors don't... Well, my channel's a good example. Look at all the shit I get because I give honest reviews that actually provide unbiased information. People don't care about that. They don't care about quality or anything anymore. They buy whatever somebody tells them is cool. And that's the reason prices are going up. And that's the reason it's not going to ever stop. Most of Figma's pricing is due to licensing and import costs, which isn't good. It's still a problem, but there's no way really around it at the moment. Unless everybody stops buying them, but I'm pretty sure they're not doing it because of consumer demand. I'm pretty sure they're doing it because they have to, and people still happen to be buying them. I don't know anything about that laser ship, so I can't really comment on it. Yeah, it's getting there, John. I think it looks pretty cool so far. I like the top half. I need to do a lot of adjusting still for things, but we're getting there. How do I actually make a figure? Well, the factory, I don't even know if they're going to bother 3D printing. I don't think they really need to. They'll probably just make the injection molds and go from there. As far as the actual process goes, I'll probably have them 3D print prototypes. Hey, speaking of laser ship, you're manufacturing in China. Did they do like action figures and stuff too, or just solid pieces? No, that's absolutely what it is, Shark. But that's still a symptom. It's a good example of why the industry is the way it is. It's because people don't make smart buying decisions. Gotcha. Well, PVC's fine. I can use PVC for a lot of the stuff, but if they don't do like action figure stuff, it's probably not a good idea. Because I still need to shop around a little bit. Unless the first guy I found who I happen to have dealt with in the past is like does really good work. Then I don't have to shop around at all. But I may end up having to. Hi, Zeus. You guys think we need more cat on this stream right now? I think we could use a little bit. Hi, buddy. You want to go on the internet? Ugh. You're looking the wrong way. There you go. You smell a little bit like you have shit on you. Did you shit on yourself? I'm not cleaning it. You know what that means. You gotta do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? No. You cannot chew on that. You poop on yourself? It smells like you got poop on me. Okay, back to work. What happened? No, it definitely wasn't a fart. I think he got poop on me. Or at least on himself. A shirt that'll get keyed out. Every time I do, where parts of it get keyed out, people bitch about it. If I wore a whole shirt that did it, I'm pretty sure people would explode. But I could maybe do that for you. No, I think Death Stranding looks terrible. Death Stranding is the game with Norman Reedus, right? It looked terrible. What the hell is going on here? Alright, you know what? That piece is just gonna go. You know what I think? I think any game that decides to spend all, or at least a significant portion of its money on casting actors to play the roles is not a game I'm gonna get behind. How about you spend your money making the game good? Honestly speaking, I couldn't care less who the characters are, especially if they're not my main character. And if they are my main character, then I certainly don't want it to be an actor. I'm not into that. What if the game is good? What are we talking about? Are we still talking about Walking Sim? It's not going to be good. I mean, they're going to say it's good, but it's not going to be good. That's one of those games where publicly, or like in the press and everything, it's going to be, you're not going to hear anything but how good it is. And then everybody's going to play it and like, it's okay. It's fine. But I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm basing them on what we've seen of the game already. We haven't seen anything about the Gundam movie. We don't know anything about it. We saw an E3 demo, which is the best they have to offer, and it was highly unimpressive. And we know that these game developers don't have unlimited funds, and we know that they're spending a lot of money paying for Mads Mikkelsen and Norman Reedus and whoever else is in it. If gaming is going to start being like Hollywood, where they just pick a famous actor to try to sell a game, then I'm not okay with that. I want games to sell because they're made well. Not because they have the new it actor in them. Screw that. Screw that a lot. But that's my point. If you need actors to get people to pay attention to your game, then you're probably doing something wrong with your game. How many actors are there working on Mario games? I think that would be the only time I would condone using an actor. I would like for them to create the Mario live-action movie, turn that into a game. I would be okay with that then. But anyway, my whole point about actors isn't I hate actors, it's they have to get paid. So if the development team is paying for the actor, that's money that's not going into making the game. Well, that's what Microsoft's all about now. They're all about, oh, look which actor's playing our game. We're like, we don't give a shit. Make a game that's good so you don't have to pay a celebrity to try to endorse it. Because this isn't the 80s. People are much more informed than just trusting celebrities. They weren't big on actors. Follow their Facebook. Follow anything they do. It's like once a week they're paying some celebrity to endorse some game. And they haven't released a solid game in how long now? A year? 2? Ooh, this rapper's playing whatchamacallit. I don't give a shit if you have some rapper playing a game. Make a good game. And everybody will play it rather than just people you pay. How about that? How about Microsoft starts making some games? Because that is, you know, what their job is. Alfonso, who... Oh, you saw that? You saw me comment on their thing talking about those goddamn... Pardon my language. Those controllers. Holy shit, how many controllers are they gonna make? Do they think people don't realize that there aren't any games to play on the Xbox right now? No freaking games, but they've got 1,000 different types of controllers. It's mind-boggling. My mind has been boggled by these incapable nincompoops that run these companies now. But controllers, people like controllers. No, don't really. We like controllers to play games. That's it. Bet you what, if you stopped making games, nobody would buy controllers. Like, completely stopped. How about that? Try that, see if that works. It's not a controller industry, it's a gaming industry. It's true. I mean, I'm an Xbox supporter overall, but holy shit, I'm not a fanboy. I think they're banking on fanboys, and that's never a good idea. 'Cause ew. If you're not gonna make games, you're not gonna get my money. Well, everything they make goes onto PC also, but that's not really the issue, because people who have friends that play on console are going to continue to play on console, and people who have friends that play on PC are going to play on PC. And then, of course, there's all this stuff in being where people prefer certain things, and that's fine. That's all good. I've never been much of a console war type of person. Console, PC, who gives a shit? Play where you want to play where your friends are, and have fun. I prefer consoles. My friends play on console. That's all I'm really concerned with. But then you have the issue of, like, I don't care about exclusives. I care about it being available to me, I guess is a good way of putting it. I don't care if Sony has it too. I want to play it. Here's the other thing. The Xbox controllers, they haven't been so hot lately. They spent like $1 trillion billion developing the Xbox One controller, and it breaks frequently, very, or just doesn't work properly. I could rant about this kind of stuff for days, because it's very frustrating to me. I have my friggin' Nintendo GameCube controller, although I bought a new one just because, but I have a Nintendo GameCube controller that still works just fine. I don't have a single Xbox controller that still works properly. There's something wrong there when a Nintendo product outlasts a Microsoft product. Oh man, Gears of War. Talk about taking a license that was popular and just driving it right into the dirt. First, we're going to make Gears of War pop, because there's a big overlap for that audience, probably. Then we're going to make Gears of War Tactics, the kind of game that nobody cares about anymore if they're playing Gears of War. Then we're going to make Gears of War, but it's not going to be Gears of War 5, it's just going to be Gears 5. And we're going to take all the characters you like and make them not characters. Oh, that sounds like a great plan. Let's just take everything that people like about the Gears of War franchise and get rid of it. Yeah, here's the thing. Nintendo makes their consoles kid-friendly, and that's fine, whatever. Obviously, that makes sense. But my point is, Microsoft bragged about how much R&D went into their controllers for the Xbox One. They've already had 2 iterations upon that, and they all continue to break, or have, like, almost immediate stick drift, or sync issues. Like, it's just a mess. Their controllers are a joke. I'm not saying Nintendo makes bad products, but I'm saying they're not going around spending $1 billion developing a new controller, and then it breaks constantly. Nintendo spends most of their money making handhelds, which is fine. I mean, that's where they make their money. Are you talking about the Xbox Elite controller? It's a mess, dude. It's not sweet. Don't buy it. They fall apart. They break faster than the regular controller. Don't buy one of those controllers. They are not sweet. They're not sweet at all. They're sweet in concept. If you're gonna buy a controller like that, buy Scuff. The whole Xbox Elite controller was simply a ploy to get people who weren't good at games to think they're gonna get better by getting a better controller. Because they sure as hell didn't make it a good controller. Yeah, they fall apart. My buddy got one, and it's just a mess. The only upside to it, really, the only practical upside to that controller is the paddle buttons. Those are cool, but it's not $120 cool, especially when the controller breaks within a month of taking it out of the box. I want to get the Duke, because my hands are huge, and I love the Duke controller when it came out. I wonder if it's still any good. You buy Hori? Do they make regular controllers? I thought they only made the fighting pads. Or I guess I should say I assumed, because I don't know. Because I don't play fighters regularly anymore, because I don't have time to get good at them. Which makes it not fun. Being bad at a fighting game means you shouldn't play it because it's not going to be a good time. I won't stream Warframe anymore? I didn't say that. I said I'm not streaming this week. Vic, where'd you get it? I didn't know they were even available. Hey, Sushi's back? Alright, everybody stop talking about him or her. I loved the Duke. I don't get why everybody said how bad it was. I didn't think it was... Well, I guess that's just because my hands are huge, but I loved it from the beginning. I hate that it got kiboshed. I mean, they got rid of it almost instantly with the S, right? The S controller. Thanks, Tiggs. It has them as triggers, Laser. It has the X and Y as triggers. So it's essentially an Xbox One controller, but I'm pretty sure they gave you triggers for it. Like, it's functionally an Xbox One controller. Hey, Randall, you've been playing for 2 years. You do it. You gotta have, like, 100 times more resources than I have. I did what I could, and I haven't been on since we talked. So, you do it. You bastard. Oh, man. You got it at the Microsoft website? Send it to me. You don't have big hands anyway. I can tell by the way you talk about cooking a potato. Oh, hey, Randall, that show I told you to check out about the forging of bladed weapons, edged weapons, wasn't on this week. Figures. What happened to the tubes from yesterday? I haven't finished building them yet. I'm getting everything put in, and then I'll put in the put in the tubes, and I'll put in something over here. The guy... I don't know about a guy that makes everything for charity. Are you talking about Michael Cthulhu? Because he makes them for commission. He might make stuff for charity too, but... No, there's a TV show on the History Channel where these guys... Well, this season, it's been a lot of dipshits, honestly, that didn't do very good work, but... Generally speaking, it's a show where people that are pretty good at forging knives and swords and things compete to make knives and swords and things. But yeah, he works per commission. I mean, he does charity stuff too, but... It's over meme 1000. Thanks. Why is my chat so far behind? What the heck? My best helmet? I don't know about that. My YouTube chat is just a nightmare. It's so freaking annoying that they have these two different versions of chat and neither of them work properly. It is a cool looking helmet. I'll give you that. I like it. I wouldn't say it's my best. I hear you, Zeus. I think you should check your question, and then you might find your answer. You're talking about blades that are so sharp they can't be shown on camera, and you asked if they made a show about that. I don't think they do. It's very hard to show stuff on camera when you can't show it on camera. It's just a hunch, though. Zeus, do you need me to go feed you again? I'm sick of feeding you. This dang cat wants to eat all the time. John, why are you so hurtful all the time? Hurts my feelings. I've never given you a single reason to say anything mean to me, ever. Yeah, Forged in Fire is people competing. So they have like limitations and things. They have time limits and that kind of stuff. I still make customs if that's what you're asking. I haven't sculpted like my Akuma statue or anything lately. Hey, Ekram, thanks for the sub. But I still make customs. You know what, John? I've had it up to here with your hurtful, insensitive comments. You should be saying every single thing I make is the best thing I've ever made. That's only reasonable. No, wait, it's the opposite of that. Now there's two cats wandering around up here asking for food. I already fed them. There you go, Mickey. Mickey's got it down. Mickey knows what's up. John. Alright, I need to fill this spot in. And then we'll put the tubes in. I don't really care what you think, John. You don't have a soul. Would I watch a toy custom show? I would. Interesting fact, I was actually approached a long time ago, actually, like probably 5 years ago now, maybe even more. I was in college. How old am I? So about 8 years ago. Nope, that's not right. I've been doing this for more than 8 years, haven't I? Maybe not. Anyway, I was approached by a TV person, and they said, hey, we want to make a show kind of like Iron Chef, but for action figures. And we want you to be on it. And I was like, alright, that sounds cool. Let's do that. They're like, alright, let's see if we can get it together. And I was like, alright, it sounds like you should do that. And then it never came to fruition. Never came to fruition. Oh well, nobody would pick up the show. It really wouldn't work, honestly. There's too many things that are way too time sensitive. Putting a time limit on it just doesn't work when you're dealing with sculpts that have to cure and that kind of thing. Well, the thing is, I wasn't pitching the show, they were, so... like, I couldn't make it happen now. I mean, maybe somebody could, but... I don't have those kind of connections. Face Off was already happening, but that they were talking about Iron Chef, not Face Off. So it was going to be a little bit different. John, are you causing trouble again? Yeah, that's probably why it never worked. They just never came up with a good way to do it. Which was a bummer, because I was really looking forward to being on TV, because imagine how much better, how much more of an audience I could have developed on YouTube if I was also on TV. That would have been the shit. It would have been awesome. But even scratch building, I mean, it takes a lot. It's all just too time sensitive. I need to figure out what to do there. I never really had anything sculpted there before. It's all you do? What are we talking about, John? What do you do? Oh yeah, you do abuse your powers too much. I know because people that do things they're not supposed to do always tell me that you abuse your powers too much. And that I should trust them more than I trust my moderators. Which I think is reasonable. Realistically. You know what? I don't want to do that. Delete. We'll use a Z-sphere. We'll make it work. Oh, cause trouble, yeah. I know. Hey, Nightbot, kiss my ass. I told you guys I still had to add details to the back, so... Patience. These things take time. Oh my god. Oh!
Hey Anthony, let me be the first one to donate to your stream gear.
Thanks, Lusoy Hardware. I appreciate it. Also, welcome back. You haven't been around in a while. We missed you, buddy. I wouldn't say for no reason. I think you gave him a little bit of a reason. I actually don't have any idea what you're talking about. I just wanted to pull your chain a little bit. Hope you don't mind. I don't stream the custom stuff. It's too hard to get it on camera. Too tiny. I'd have to have the camera right here. And since most of the work I'm doing is like right there, it's very hard to do that. People like that kind of content, but there's no good way to do it. So that's why I did the Akuma statue build the way I did. Even that was a pain in the ass, honestly. Marina Rabarucci. That's an interesting name. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Thanks for hanging out. The first streams were garbage compared to these. I had no idea what I was doing back then. I mean, that's to be expected. I didn't know what I was doing. You can't know what you're doing until you learn how to do it. But it was bad. And now it's not. Now I know what I'm doing a little bit more. Well, yeah, you wouldn't be watching me. Well, people like sanding and that kind of stuff because they like to see the development of the item. And then, you know, how it goes from looking like nothing to looking like something. People like that kind of stuff. And they like to see the sculpting aspect of it too. But, as far as... it's just too hard to film. Oops. Never played Skyrim. You ever seen nothing? Huh? What? Oh, that's right. This part's getting covered up anyway. I don't really care what this looks like. Oh, well, glad I was able to help. Hopefully I didn't give you, excuse me, bad advice. I'm not talking about trash at streaming, I was talking about ZBrush. But thanks for insinuating that I was trash at streaming. I appreciate it, that makes me feel good. What do I think of Fortnite? Not much. Not much. Alright, let's put the tubers. Tubers. Oh, it says feel the burn. Can you see it? And then it says Super Mario on the bottom. Alright, tubers, guys. Time for some tubers. Because he's got the fire flower. So burn. Fire. That's what's up. Hey, Meme1000, you posted a video of me on your YouTube channel? That's totally not okay. That is literally stealing content. And also freaking weird. Joshua Lyon, thank you for subscribing. Jessica de Cormier. That maybe is not how you say that. But yeah, totally not okay to post videos of me on your channel. Not okay. Looks like you've been noticed twice. What does that mean? I'm going to be manufacturing a whole line of action figures and selling that. Alright, see you later, Lasership. Thanks for hanging out, man. Make sure you stop by again. It's good talking to you. Thanks for watching. I'm working on everything at the same time. I would show it to you, but I don't have that much time left. And I want to get this done. But if you want to come back tomorrow, I might have a chance to show what we've been working on. Nope, art school. I went to school to be a teacher. Double majored in well, the various social studies and also in teaching. That didn't pan out, so now I do this, which is what I would have chosen to do anyway if I thought I could actually make a living doing it, which it turns out I kind of can. So, wasted just a whole lot of money in school. Yep, all self-taught. Yeah, bingo. I heard about that. Hey, what's up, zombies? I don't like the gap there. Oh well, I'll figure something out. Are you asking me about the Broly movie? I really don't care. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It could be good, it could be bad. No way to say. I'm hoping to find a piece. Actually, I wonder if I still have that piece. I made a thing that would be perfect for what I'm looking for. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. I don't know. Whichever one would hire me, I guess. They haven't done it yet, but they've showed them. shown them. Should you do the right thing? I find that that's often overrated and usually doesn't result in favorable outcome. Hi, kitty. Another cat showed up. It's almost like I have too many cats. This one was a little girl. See, people that don't know their names think it's weird when I say their names out loud. All of my cats are named the most generic things possible, except for Zeus, because that was my brother's cat, because they were all fosters, and I didn't really want to name them. Then I ended up having to keep them, so the name stuck. So I have little boy, little girl, Fluffy, stuff like that. Actually, that's it. That's all of them. That's the entire story. I guess it wasn't that bad of a story. That looks cool, right? I think that looks cool. I have to do something for the back now. I think that looks really cool on the sides. Hey, Meme 1000, stop spamming the chat. This isn't your outlet for getting attention. It's not what we're here for. It was little girl, the bald one that was bald and now is super fluffy, super furry. Network Crow, thank you. Oh, they need to connect to something. I have to do something with it. And I need to fill that gap in over there. So I'm gonna figure something out here. Why is your cat losing hair? No, I said she... Are you just talking about shedding? Because I told you guys a while ago she was allergic to her food and lost all of her hair, or at least most of her hair. And it was not a good situation. Are you just talking about shedding? If your cat's losing hair beyond shedding, you should get that sorted out. That could be a sign of really bad stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about. What's your opinion on those cyber ninjas design with ponytails? I don't know what you're talking about. You know what? I guess I could just leave them sticking out in the back. Like some sort of ventilation or something. Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about. You should be able to still get one for a decent price. Last year's SDCC exclusive is still not very valuable. Oh yeah, well that's the thing, even when she was losing her hair from the food allergy, she was still shedding like crazy. And she still is. All of my cats shed a lot, except for Zeus. Alright, that looks wicked from the front. It looks pretty cool from the side. I'll take it. I need to change something down here though. I guess it can be done well and it can be done poorly. It really just depends on the designs. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Thanks though. I'm glad you like it. Or at least I would be if you were someone else. Which is fair. I've decided. Thanks, network. Alright, we're gonna color it up a little bit and then we're gonna call it a night, guys. Just pretty basic. Yeah, yeah, I'm producing everything on my own. I mean, I'm not doing the manufacturing, but yeah. It's all me. Well, yeah, for the most part. I mean, I've got to deal with the manufacturer and make sure they're able to do what I want them to do and that kind of thing, but generally speaking, you should be able to. Yeah, I like this. I like this helmet. I think it turned out pretty cool. I think we're going to call it there, guys. I think we are sufficiently done with this helmet for now. So, let's call it there. We're a couple minutes early, but not too bad. So, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. A lot of new people joined up tonight. It was a really good stream. Awesome people, awesome conversation. Got some decent work done. And we'll do more of that tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch and on YouTube. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.